Hey guys, what is going on? I'm Scout with 3 Guns Down, and this is
Brogan.
And this is a yearly thing now. We did our E3 predictions last year, and we had a lot of fun with it. I was watching the videos and just like, it's fun. So we're doing them this year. So let's predict, shall we?
No.
Of course, we got the Microsoft press conference, the Sony press conference, the EA press conference, the Ubisoft press conference, and that's where they're going to make their big announcements from, obviously. Battlefield Hardline. Saw the trailer for it. Not that tasty?
No. The trailer for it, you told me they said it was all in-game, but I doubt that, for one. And then for two, Battlefield has always kind of been like, Battlefield. It's been about war and stuff like that. Now it's just kind of like, let's rob somebody.
Well, like, think of it this way. You've seen Payday 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've played it, but you've seen a lot of Payday 2. Payday 2 was fun. For a $30 game, I got like 30 or 40 good hours out of it. And that's a shit ton of time for a $30 game, honestly. Like, that was awesome. It did go a little bit dry after those 30, 40 hours. I felt like I'd pretty much seen and done everything. But, EA, Battlefield Hardline, if you could imagine Payday with that kind of destruction and those kind of environments and that ability and things like that, I don't know how they're going to do the story.
I mean,
I would actually rather them do it in a Payday format.
I wouldn't, honestly. Like, to me, it just kind of feels like it's ruining it.
Well, this isn't DICE, this is Visceral. And I think, like, Battlefield, I think, does need a different take. Because Battlefield 4 didn't work for 6 months.
I just wish they wouldn't put it under the Battlefield name, because I just kind of feel like that they're giving you, they're promising you something that they don't actually have.
They might have it, we don't know.
I know, but like, what I'm just kind of saying is, you're gonna go into it expecting a Battlefield feel, and then if you don't get the Battlefield feel, no matter how good of a game it is, you're gonna be disappointed.
Bethesda has Battle Cry, and no Elder Scrolls, no Fallout, but Battle Cry. And we've seen one screenshot of it. We're obviously gonna know more tomorrow, but we've seen one screenshot of it.
I don't know. I mean...
And it looked weird. It didn't look like a Bethesda game. It just looked weird.
Oh, what's that game on the Wii that, it's all black and white, but you can see the red? You know what game I'm talking about? It's like ungodly violent. Kind of reminded me of that Wii game that was, really violent and had all that. Cause in
Wii game violent? What?
This game passes the boundaries of violent.
From EA, I think we can expect Battlefront gameplay. Battlefront 3 gameplay. They just kind of...
I thought you were talking about Battlefield. I was like, what?
No, Battlefront 3 gameplay. They kind of got it.
I really hope so.
I know, right? It's like...
Because, like...
Like, honestly, I couldn't have picked a better developer to do Battlefront, but I'm kind of like, in the back of my head, there's the thing, it's like, do you want to shoot your gun? That's 99 cents for a clip.
Yeah, that too.
But it's like, as long as they do it right, like, honestly, I would be completely okay if they just took Battlefield and reskinned it with Star Wars. Like, I'd be absolutely fine with that.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope that they look at what LucasArts was trying to do with Battlefront 3. Which was, they had it set up where you could get in a ship and you could fly out, and there was this huge battle going on the planet you were on, and you could fly up out into space, and there were these ships that were having this huge battle, and you could be involved in either one. Witcher 3 looks pretty.
Yeah, but, then again, there's the whole... It's in-game. I believe that was in-game, because it did look in-game. But there's also the flip side of... They could have taken the in-game footage and prettied it up.
CD Projekt Red's been really, really good about not doing that in the past. Witcher 2 certainly lived up to expectations and delivered then some. Hopefully Witcher 3 will. The Witcher 3 is supposed to be an open world environment.
I don't know. I don't feel like The Witcher... From what I haven't seen much of The Witcher, so I could be dead wrong here.
I love The Witcher 2. It was amazing.
But from what I've seen of it, it doesn't look like an open world would do it.
Well,
would do very well for it. I feel like the game would suffer more if they did an open world for
CD Projekt Red has worked some magic with some crazy ass stuff. Speaking of CD Projekt Red, they haven't said if this game is going to be at E3 this year, but I would love to see, what is it, Cyberpunk 2077? It's called Cyberpunk 20 something something. It's like 2 numbers afterwards, and it's in the future, and There was some stuff about it beforehand. There was a screenshot of it. There were several screenshots of it, and it was just like, oh. And I believe there was like a short 15, 30-second trailer or whatever that was just like a still shot of something going on in the game. Whether that was cinematics or actual in-game. Being at CD Projekt Red, I could believe that would be in-game because they have been known to use Crytek technology, but... Dying Light...
Makes me nervous.
Because it's another zombies game.
I feel like they're trying to cash in on all the zombie games that have been coming out lately. Like, what was it? War Z that was made by, was it Hammerhead Studios?
Yeah, that copy pasta, LOLs, League of Legends, Terms of Service.
I'm gonna be honest, when I first saw that, I laughed so hard I nearly...
That was them bum rushing a game out the door to get money.
Yeah, and then, did you see where they blackmailed users?
Yes, and like their whole community, we're not even going to talk about it because it's an absolutely horrible fucking game that doesn't even deserve, their company does not deserve the time.
It doesn't even need to be it doesn't deserve to be recognized. It was bad. Don't ever look into it. It's
Microsoft has an unannounced title.
Well, I want to talk about Dying Light a bit more.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about why it makes me nervous. You know how almost every single RPG kind of esque game like that says the world reacts to your choices. Mm-hmm. You ever notice that every single game that ever said that did not react to your choices?
The world
in any
reacts to
form
your
or
choices.
fashion?
You mean if I do something, there'll be somebody waiting inside the main camp that the character goes to, and that's it. Nothing else changes.
Yeah, it's not like people will react to you differently throughout the game or anything like that. It's
in a significant way.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as I could have just sat there, stuck my hand down my pants, and waited about 30 seconds, and then moved on, and it would have been the exact same carbon copy game.
The thing with this is like
except for one thing.
We are in next gen territory now for games. Like this is the E3 I think we're really going to see some serious next gen software and some AI systems and things like that. I just wonder, are developers far enough into that mindset and know how to utilize the consoles enough already to deliver on that? Because that's what we're all expecting. We're expecting like the decisions we actually make in game matter, or we're expecting it to be so fucking pretty we could give a shit less about how the game plays.
I'm sorry, like if you're concerned about how pretty it is,
some people are. They'd rather.
They're not real gamers.
Just
go watch a movie and stop saying, "Well, the game's bad because the graphics are bad." No, you're bad and you should feel bad.
Yep. But yeah, Dying Light it could be really, really good. I think the one interesting that it has that not too many other zombie games have done is that nighttime mechanic.
Yeah, that looked really cool, but it also could kind of do like, you know how when people, like when you first start playing Minecraft, when you see the sun go down, you get into the ground, place a torch, you only have 2 blocks to stand, and you place a block of dirt above you, and you wait till day.
Yep.
I'm afraid that that's what people are going to do, and nighttime is never going to be fully experienced by people except for the hardcore
See,
gamers.
That's the thing, like, and I think that's who it's going to appeal to more for that nighttime mechanic, because for me, it's like, I want to be out there. I want to see this shit. I want to get, chased by hordes of zombies.
See, like, I do and I don't, because it's just kind of like, I want to see what it's like out there, and then I was sitting there going, I really don't want to do this.
Microsoft has an unannounced title. It's not Halo 5. It's not Quantum Break. I don't even know what to think about that game. We're not even going to talk about it because it's just like... But they're trying so hard to commercialize all their games, and that's getting really, really annoying. And it's like, hey, at E3, we don't give a shit about your TV show. We want a video game aspect.
Yeah, it's like... It's just kind of like, I came here for games, not for TV. If I wanted to come here for TV, I'd go watch TV. Not this. It's not rocket science!
Microsoft thinks it is, though, and apparently they're too dumb to do it. Deep Silver has 2 unannounced titles. I'm just going to leave that at that, because honestly, with those guys, I've got no guesses. Dragon Age Inquisition, they're going to show off gameplay of that.
Never got too much into
I'm super excited for it, and I think it looks amazing right now. I just don't want to screw it up. Ubisoft has an unannounced title.
That can go one of 2 ways.
Could be one of those.
It could be the highlight of E3, or it could be the thing of, what can I do during this time?
Right? Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna go make a sandwich while they talk about this.
This is kind of like, this isn't interesting. you're not
It
interesting.
could be that Rainbow Six game, Rainbow Six Patriots, that they started reworking on, and this was like 2.5 years ago. And they started reworking it like a year and a half ago. They completely threw away the model they had, which I don't know why it looks so awesome. Like
See, that kind of makes me nervous too, because a lot of times when you see games that are in development for a long time, they try to put in new ideas that they didn't think through enough.
And that don't work anyway.
Even though they had all this time to work through it and test it and see if people would even like it.
The Division.
I think I just jizzed.
That's the opener, folks.
I'm sorry. That game looks so amazing. I love the idea of it. I love the setting of it. But it makes me so nervous.
Because they could completely fuck it up. But here's the thing, we've only seen like 10 minutes of gameplay of The Division, which, be granted, that's not bad considering we were 2 years out.
Yeah.
It was alpha gameplay. Hopefully they're going to give us some really good, solid, like, beta stage gameplay at this point.
Also, one thing that kind of makes me nervous about it is, you know how they had the guy come in with the drone on the tablet?
Yeah.
That makes me really nervous.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Watch Dogs, which is also made by Ubisoft, which, by the way, sucked. But Watch Dogs did have a tablet enhanced experience that you could play with the game. And honestly, I played through all of Watch Dogs. I didn't even know that tablet experience was there. I knew it existed, but I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't play with it or anything until like I realized, oh, that's still there. I should go see what that's about.
Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4. No gameplay yet. Just a picture of the box art. It's supposed to come out this holiday season.
If it's anything like Far Cry 3, I think it'll do great.
If it's anything like or better, I hope it's better. See, that's the thing. It's been 2 years.
You remember how? Did you play Far Cry 2?
I did.
Okay, you remember how you were always immersed? Like if you pulled up your map, you literally pulled up a radio and a map of everything.
Right.
They didn't do that in Far Cry 3.
I was okay with that though.
I wasn't. Because I mean, like, I could deal with it. It didn't upset me, or I was like, oh my god, fuck. But it was kind of like, I'm sad it's gone. Because when they took that away, it kind of felt like they were taking away from the immersion, you know? And I feel like it's not necessary, but I think if they put it back in, it'll be kind of just like a nice thing.
Putting little things like that back in would help the immersion factor of it and make the game better. Because the Far Cry 2 did a lot of things wrong and sucked, in my opinion. But Far Cry 3 took a lot of those things they did wrong and made them right.
Yeah.
Which made it better overall experience, and I removed a lot of those nitpicky details. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Yay.
I don't care.
It's another Call of Duty.
Drive Club.
Sony announced this last year at E3, said it was coming out with the PlayStation 4.
It looked good.
And it didn't come out.
Oh, I thought you said it didn't look good. I was like, yeah.
How do you delay
said
it?
That
Like,
it looked good.
I think it does look good, no doubt.
Okay.
But here's the thing. How do you delay, and Gran Turismo 5, sorry fans, sucked ass. It's horrible.
Yeah, in comparison to its predecessors.
Well, and in comparison to its main competitor now, Forza 5.
Yeah, like it just
sucked. It was horrible.
I never played it, but from anything I saw of it, it was just like this lackluster.
Well,
very lackluster.
It had some of the hardcore drive mechanics there for like the simulator enthusiasts, but they didn't really fall together. Had no damage models, no fuel mechanics, no tire bursting, none of that stuff that it said it would have or thought we would have. It just sucked.
Yeah,
it didn't even look good.
It didn't deliver what it said it would.
It didn't even look good, honestly.
Honestly, like the hype train was
killed it.
Yeah.
But Drive Club looks like it could be the new Gran Turismo. Honestly, it really does, and I hope it is because I would love PlayStation to have a good driving game again.
But the online mechanics that you have, like with friends and stuff like that. That interests me, and it also pushes me away.
Yeah, because if they do it, if they have it, like, here's the thing with all those online mechanics and things like that. If you're looking for an online game, that's great. But for somebody that wants a single player experience, can there be an off switch? That's all you have to do.
Because if there's not an off switch, it will ruin the game for people that want a single player experience.
Evil Within, I don't know if you've seen any of this.
I haven't.
But this is the guy that did I don't remember his name. But he did the original Resident Evil and Resident Evil 4. So this guy is like considered master at horror survival games.
Okay, so it has a lot of potential.
Exactly, and from what I've seen with the gameplay, it's gorgeous. It looks like it could be really fun, and it doesn't have jump scares, but it's more like Resident Evil and Resident Evil 4. It psychologically fucks your brain, and those are the best kinds of horror games. Jump scares get so boring after like the first 3 hours of a game. When a game messes with your head psychologically, that is the best kind of horror. Fear, the first Fear, was a great. Fear 2 was okay, and Fear 3 sucked. But Fear 1
was just kind of like, oh god, I really don't want to go around this corner.
Exactly.
With jump scare, it's like, if I go around this corner, I might get a jump scare. Oh, that's kind of...
Yeah, you're expecting it.
I mean, like, you don't want to, but it's just kind of like, if I do, it's no big deal.
With Fear, it messed with your head in such ways.
It's just kind of like, oh god, what happens if I go?
Because there was like one part in Fear where Alma was standing on, as a little girl, was standing on the other side of this glass, staring at you, and your objective is over there. And she's standing there staring at you, and you can see her and what the elevator you have to get to. And as soon as you go around the glass, she's gone. And you go back and she's gone. She did nothing but just sit there and stare at you, and that alone.
It's kind of like, oh god, something's gonna happen. Get ready, and then nothing happens. You're just like,
oh
god, what's gonna happen now?
Quit fucking with me, you know? Yeah, exactly. Lords of the Fallen. I don't know if you've seen any of this, and I don't know if this is particularly up your alley.
What is it?
People, for what they compared it to was Dark Souls meets Legend of Zelda. But I'm a huge Dark Souls fan, and that has a lot of potential to me. It could be... I would like a Dark Souls-esque type game that's that hard with, like, Zelda mechanics and Dark Souls mechanics. It looks like it has a lot of potential.
It kind of... like, from it kind of makes me think. Because there's a difference between being difficult and being just stupid and frustrating.
Well, and the thing with Dark Souls isn't that difficult. It has a very difficult learning curve. I'm going to say a word, and then I'm going to sit here and smile and let him say what he wants, because I'm just so happy about this game. Destiny.
I'm really excited for it, but I'm really, really, really disappointed there's not a PC port.
Okay, yes, but Bungie...
I don't want a console.
This is classic Bungie.
Look, stop it, Bungie, please.
This is classic Bungie. Their first game was on Mac, for those of you that aren't Bungie aficionados. I am one. To give you an idea of the hype of Bungie as a developer, Activision wanted to buy them. Activision could not afford to buy them. What Activision could afford was a $500 million budget for one game.
It was like, we can't buy you, but we'll pay you to do this with our name on it. And it's like, yeah, alright.
Yeah. Put it this way, Bungie made so much money off of Halo, they bought themselves back from Microsoft. So yeah, Destiny, huge. The Order 1866, he hasn't seen anything about it, he says it sounds familiar. But, it looks gorgeous, it looks like it has a lot of promise.
How much have they shown of it? Not much.
Like a 10-minute game trailer demo that they gave exclusively to, like, Adam Sessler when he was at Rev 3 Games and a couple other people, so not very much.
So, that's a problem, though, because just, like, a lot of times you'll see gaming companies, if they want a game to do well, they pick out the best part of the game that's not, like, a spoiler, show that, and then it's just like, oh, this was great, the whole game must be great.
It's what they call
the whole game sucks.
Slice. What they
give me my money back.
Slice. Evolve. Now you have seen a lot of this, and I have seen a lot of this. This is the guys that made.
I wish I'd seen more of it.
This is the guys that made Left 4 Dead, and it's like Left 4 Dead with multitudes of in-grain activity, on steroids with aliens.
It looks like it has a massive amount of potential. But anymore with games like this, a massive amount of potential to be great also means a massive amount of potential to be terrible.
And to fail. The Last Guardian, have you seen anything about this?
No.
Okay. So apparently there was a rumor released that The Last Guardian was canceled. And then Sony came out on Twitter and said, no, The Last Guardian hasn't been canceled, this is laughable. The best part was IGN sat there and reported that The Last Guardian has been canceled. IGN. Sunset Overdrive, have you seen anything about it?
No, it doesn't even...
This is going to be an Xbox One exclusive title that comes from Insomniac Games. These are the same guys that made Psychonauts forever ago. I think it looks interesting and it could be really cool. Or it could totally flop from being average and having not enough features.
Yeah.
Square Enix has 2 unannounced titles.
There's gonna be a lot of unannounced titles.
Well, it is E3.
The hype train is real.
Focus. But I am glad there's a lot of unannounced titles this year, because last year that's what we lacked, was a shit ton of unannounced titles. We just didn't see anything. It was like, we have consoles. Anything else?
Well, that's kind of...
Yeah, we have consoles.
Well, they were moving into the next gen.
Yeah, but...
They're gonna, like, they want to talk about and show their consoles off as much as
yes,
they
but
can.
we need games to play on the consoles.
Well,
That's the problem.
Still, though, because it's just kind of like, no, buy mine, no, buy mine, no, buy mine.
We'll give us software to buy yours for, and we'll buy it. H1Z1, Sony Online Entertainment's going to talk about that. Could be cool. I'm interested in it. Because Sony Online Entertainment did PlanetSide, and this is going to be their free-to-play model of that, so, you never know. But I'm going to say a word, and he's going to... I'm going to say a phrase, and he's going to smile. Batman Arkham Knight. And I'm going to talk about it.
I have like 9 Batman shirts. And about 3 others.
He's even wearing Batman underwear.
No. That's you. You have Batman underwear. I don't have Batman underwear.
Quiet, the bats and beats. Batman Arkham Knight looks gorgeous. We have a Batmobile we can drive around in now. Rocksteady is back at the helm.
I don't care for the Batmobile.
Hey.
I mean, not that I don't care for the Batmobile, kind of like... I'm kind of nervous that they're going to try to add in, like, a Batmobile driving sequence of, like, it's fun, we swear!
No, you can drive the Batmobile freely around.
Really?
Open world.
Okay, see, that's...
Yeah, you used to traverse quicker.
Okay, see, that's kind of like a horse in Skyrim.
Exactly.
So it's not... Okay.
And if they make it badass and give it cool features...
But I swear if they...
It's like a horse with rockets and lasers.
If they try to add a driving sequence where you have to use nothing but the Batmobile, I'm going to punch my TV.
Middle-earth Shadows of Mordor. Now, here's a problem. Everybody that's seen this game is like, hey guys, Assassin's Creed has done your movement. The Batman games done your combat system. Together. Here's the issue with this. So, it's kind of cool that they're going to bring the Batman combat system and the Assassin's Creed movement style together. If they do it well, better than Assassin's Creed and better than Batman, then it's awesome. But if they do it
better than the Assassin's Creed games before Assassin's Creed 3.
Right. But if they do it in a really shitty way, if they do it and it's not really better, I don't think we're really going to care, because it's going to be like, we've seen both of these done before somewhere else and better. We don't care. The one thing that Shadows of Mordor has going for it is its Nemesis AI system. And I could explain it to you, but this would be a 60-minute video instead of a 30-minute video. So, let's just not.
Let's just say we did.
Yeah. Crytek has an unannounced title. Not Crysis. They're done with Crysis. They said they were done with Crysis after Crysis 3.
Didn't they say that after Crysis 2 too?
Yep.
Okay, I see. Problem.
Well, they wanted to finish the storyline, so I can completely understand that.
Okay, I'll give them that.
But SCEA has 2 unannounced titles. Who the fuck is SCEA? I've never heard of these guys.
They do in Drive Club, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. But we're also going to see Alien Isolation. I am interested in this. I am interested in this a lot. But there's this huge thing going on behind us that said, hey, didn't Gearbox make a game a while ago about aliens? That sucked. Bad.
Well, it had Predators in it too.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Oh, no,
Colonial
yeah.
Marines.
Yeah, I remember it now. They released it, and then it felt like they released the alpha.
It's a game that's so bad it was actually good because it was just fun to laugh at.
Pretty much.
Fable Legends. I'm not interested. I'm really tired of them trying to cash in on Fables.
Yeah.
Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I'm not interested. I'm really tired of them trying to cash in on Borderlands. Look, I have lost absolute total hope in Gearbox at this point.
Yeah, Gearbox is dying.
Because they're not dying yet because there's enough. It's just like Call of Duty. There's still enough idiots to actually buy their product.
Sure, I'll give you that.
But they spent a huge budget of apparently they spent a huge budget of Alien Colonial Marines on Borderlands 2.
No, hey, that would explain a lot.
Spark. I'm actually kind of interested in Spark.
Yeah.
This could be what was the game on PlayStation? Sackboy?
Little Big Planet?
Yes. Nintendo has an unannounced title. Better make it something fucking awesome, Nintendo, because you're drowning in your own stupidity right now. Square Enix has another unannounced title. Better make it something awesome, Square Enix, because you are also close to drowning in your own stupidity right now. Ubisoft has another unannounced title. Not drowning in your own stupidity, but you made some really dumb moves here lately. Watch Dogs was fairly disappointing. The Crew. Have you seen The Crew?
It sounds so familiar, but I cannot.
It's an open world driving game that's supposedly the spiritual successor to Test Drive Unlimited. And I like the idea of Test Drive, they just lacked a lot of execution. Is there anything that you want to see come out of E3?
Nothing really in specific that I want to come out very well. Because honestly, I kind of feel like everything that we've kind of talked about, I'm not going to be able to tell whether it's going to do well until it's released.
True.
So it's like everything's either going to do. It's like all these games that I'm looking forward to are either going to flop or they're going to do great.
Right.
E3 is probably not going to tell me everything I need to know.
But it lets you know it's coming.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing about E3 is that the reason why we have hype trains is literally because of E3.
The hype train is real.
Yeah. What I want to see come out of E3, I want to know more about Destiny. Look, the game comes out in September. You got 3 months. Give us a nice, tasty chunk that we can just sit there and chew on for the next 3 months. That'll keep us okay.
Yeah.
Plus, we have the beta in July. Please don't make the beta, because according to Bungie, Destiny's huge. If it's that huge, give us a slice of the game that we haven't seen yet for the beta. Please. Microsoft needs a title. A good title that everyone's going to be excited for. That'll make them buy Xbones. That's what they need right now.
We have more TV.
Sony needs... What does Sony need?
Nothing I know. I mean, like anything.
What does Sony need? They're good right now. Anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much it. We're going to do a recap at the end of the week where we just talk about everything that's happened. And see how bright the future looks for us, or how dark and rainy it is, and how much it makes us want to cry.
Yep.
I'm Scout.
I'm Brogan.
And we'll see you guys at the end of the week. Hope you enjoy 3. Blah 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 boom.
Dicks.
Butts.
Dicks. No.
Hey guys, what is going on? Ruined it! Ruined it!
It's not my fault. You
Saw that. Project Spark could be the little blip. Project Spark could be the little big.
The Little Big Planet for Xbox.
Thank you.
I can see you as that strip club Batman. It's just that one that nobody likes. Flash the bat signal. No!
Can we move on?
So what about Batman?
Dying Light.
That game makes me nervous.
Right? Because it's another zombies game.
Well, I feel like...
Focus. 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 That just makes it worse.
Sometimes it doesn't. Uh-huh. No. No.
They have a TV show coming with it. Look, Microsoft is trying so hard to
TV!
Sports, TV, sports. Is that a recurring
TV
theme?
Sports.
Sports. Stop it.
So apparently was lowering the price on the Xbox.
You know what their excuse was for lowering the price on the Xbox One? It's the best fucking thing in the world. Because they're like, we're not doing this to be competitive with Sony. We're doing this because we feel like players will get a more immersive experience out of the controller. I'm not shitting you. As opposed to the Kinect.
They broke me.
Now you're going to die.